Hi there, my name is Bowie. I use they, them pronouns. Welcome to your training session. If you are new to moving your body and getting a bit active, it's great to have you join us. I know the first step is the hardest, and that is showing up right here, right now. So you've already done the hardest part. The rest is easy. You're just going to follow me along. We're going to do some fun stuff and you're going to move a little. It's going to be awesome. If you are someone who has done some of these videos before, welcome back. It's great to have you join us again. Now, before we begin, I want to acknowledge that these videos are recorded on the stolen lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty never was and never will be ceded, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Also want to thank Drumistry Services and Queer Space for supporting us, for supporting the rest of the community, for doing all the rad stuff that they're doing and helping us bring these videos to you so that you can get a bit more active, move your body a little, maybe help feel a little bit better. Yes. Alrighty friends, we're going to begin today with a warm-up. We're going to start with a little bit of joint mobility, moving all of our bendy bits around, getting ourselves ready to go. We're going to start at our necks. So you're going to stand, feet somewhere around hip width apart, doesn't really matter. Hands just relaxed by your sides. You're going to take your ear and tilt it down towards your shoulder, just as far as you can get, no straining here. I'm just going to alternate left and right. Keeping your shoulders down, you don't want them creeping up towards your ears. I'm just going to do about 10 in each direction. Just taking it easy. That's about 7. We'll do a few more. That's 8, 9, and 10. That's it. We're going to take our chin now. We're going to point it towards the roof, and we're going to tuck our chin down. Point it up, tuck it down. Again, 10 up and 10 down. It's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And 10. Coming back to the starting position. We're going to finish off by taking our chin and turning it towards our shoulder, just as far as you can get. And the opposite side. Again, 10 in each direction. 3, 4, 5. Just taking your time here. 6, and getting wherever you can get to is fine. You don't want to bring your shoulder forward to try and simulate your chin reaching your shoulder. Doesn't work like that. Let's do one more in each direction. Great. Moving down to our shoulders now. 2 options here. You can either do a shrug if you've got shoulders that are a little bit uncomfortable to take through a bigger range of motion. Shrugs are your friends. But if your shoulders feel pretty good about moving, you're going to take a straight arm, pass it back, and then we're going to circle it forwards. So 10 backwards, 10 forwards, then swapping sides. So let's go. Shrugs or a straight arm. And allowing this little twist in the hip if you're using a straight arm here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's bring it forward. Keeping control the whole time here. We're not just swinging it around using momentum. We're lifting it up and we control the down phase as well. So we want all of those shoulder muscles moving as we do this. We'll do about 3 more. That's it. And we're going to swap sides, starting backwards. That's it, and then coming forwards. Nice and slow. That's it. One more. Great. Moving into our wrists now. We're going to tuck our elbows in at our sides. We're going to take our hands and we're going to circle our palms towards us for 10. That's it. And then we're going to circle our palms away from us. Amazing. Before bringing our hands down to our hips, because our hands need a job, and we're going to do some hip circles. So your feet are going to be somewhere around hip width, maybe a little bit wider. Find that point that helps you feel stable. So if your feet are too narrow here, you might find you're going to lose balance a little bit. So somewhere around hip width, we're going to push your hips forwards, right out to the side, stick your butt out at the back, circle around, big hip circle. We're going to do 10 in each direction. Nice and slow. That's 4. Try to keep your chest up as high as you can here. It can be easy to drop your chest down and then your brain kind of thinks your hips are doing the moving, but really our chest is doing the moving. So we want our hips to be doing the work. We'll do 2 more. Sit, and we go back the other way. That's it, nice and slow. You might find that your hips are a bit clunky in one direction or the other. That's okay. 2 more. Amazing. Coming back to that starting position, you're going to bring your feet together now, either completely together or just a little bit apart. We're going to do some knee circles, which means we're going to dip our knees just a little bit and rest our hands just on the tops of our knees here. Nice and lightly. You should be able to hold yourself up while having your hands here. If you're leaning too much over and you take your hands away and you fall, leaning too much. So bend those knees, sit back with your hips there. We're going to dip forward, circle around to the side, straighten up, and come around. Just like this. You're not going to get a big sideways motion. That's okay. Our knees aren't designed for sidewaysness very well. So just as far as you can get. I'm going to do 2 more. And then we're going to go back the other way. That's it. Again, my hands are just resting on top of my knees. There you go. Finishing off, we're going to come down to our ankles for ankle circles. So if you need something to help you balance here, to rest your hand against, like chair, back your couch, kitchen bench, anything like that, a wall, use what you need to feel comfortable on one foot. And when you're ready, we're going to circle 10 in one direction and then 10 in the other. And then back the other way. That's it, and then swapping sides. And back the other way. Amazing. We're going to finish up the rest of our warm-up, friends, on the floor. I will see you down there. Here we are, friends, on the floor. We're going to finish off our warm-up down here. You're going to come onto your hands and knees. Oh, hang on, which way am I facing? I'm facing this way. All right. Now that we've got that issue sorted, you're going to bring your hands to under your shoulders, your knees to under your hips, or as close to it as what feels about right. It can be hard when you can't see yourself. And that's okay. You're going to take one hand and the opposite leg. We're going to reach them out. I'm going to touch them under. I'm going to reach them out. I'm going to touch them under. Trying to get our knee and elbow to meet here. That's it. One more, then we're going to swap sides. Coming back down. We'll do exactly the same thing on the opposite side. That's it. One more. back down. Nice. Sitting back onto our heels here. You can either have your toes curled under or tops of your feet down to the floor. It's preferential. I often prefer to have my toes curled under here, but it's totally up to you. We're gonna look up and down. That's it. I'm going to look left and right. That's it. Bringing our hands a little bit further forward, come back to our hands and knees. If you don't have your toes curled under, now is the time to do it. And what you're going to do is bring your hips up, point your butt towards the roof here, press your heels down towards the floor as much as you can. Then we're going to drop our hips forwards, pushing our hips back. One more. Knees come under us. And we're warmed up, friends. Alrighty, I will see you in just a moment for our first round. Here we are, friends, round number 1. In this round, we're going to work through 3 exercises, and then we're going to repeat those 3 times through. So our first exercise is going to be a squat variation, then we're going to spend a little bit of time on the floor for the next 2. Now let's work through this together. Your first movement, our squat variation, will require you to have a chair, front of your couch, lowish table, something you can sit down onto and stand up from. So you want it to be sturdy. Dining chair is really the best thing because, you know, made for sitting on at a good height. Sitting height, even. What we're going to do is a single leg squat. So you're going to come to the front of your chair or bench or whatever you've got. You're going to take about a half step forward here. You might need to readjust, and that's okay. Readjust as you feel good about. What we're going to do is take one leg away. So I just like to step 1 foot forward, heel to the ground, and then sit back down onto the chair, stand up, keeping this leg doing as minimal work as possible. Now we're going to do 6 on one side and 6 on the other. So let's go. Just taking your time. Try not to let yourself drop too much here. Really reach your butt back. Sit down as gentle as possible. That's it. 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to swap sides. We're going to stand up. Bring our non-standing foot to underneath us. Bring that standing foot that we just had out in front. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Reaching back, sitting down nice and gently. Getting this one leg to do as much work as possible. This one's really just for balance. So that's 3 down, 3 to go. One more. That's it. Nice. Now we're going to make our way down to the floor. We're going to do a Spiderman plank. Just like Spider-Man, except I don't know if he actually planks. But here we are. We're going to take a tall plank position, which is arms are straight, hands are under our shoulders. We're going to step our feet back. If you'd like, you can do this from your bench, from your incline. So feel good about that. Finding whatever level you want to do it from, whether it's a floor or something a little bit higher to make it a bit easier for you. We'll always work from where we're at. It's not about working hard, it's about working smart. So once we find our position, hands are under the shoulders, We're going to take one leg, doesn't matter which side you start on. You're going to step it forward and back. Then we're going to alternate, other side. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's it. 6 steps and we're done. Knees come to ground. We're going to come to sitting here. You can have your knees bent, feet on the floor in front of you, or you can have your heels on the floor. Preference, like whatever works for you. It's not really a super big deal. We're going to start in this sitting up position. We're going to bring our hands out in front of us and we're slowly going to lay ourselves down onto our backs. As slow as we can. Lay down, use your hands, help you sit back up. We're only working the reverse of this, so we're not doing a sit up, we're doing a sit back. So we're going to go again, hands out in front, laying back, slow as we can, with as much control as we can. It's 2, using that leg, helping you sit back up. This is 3, we're going for 6. That's a halfway. That's 4. 2 more. That's the 5th one. All right, last one. Nice. Alrighty, that is our 3 exercises. We're going to work through these another 2 times. So coming back up to our chair, we have our single leg squats. Again, taking that half step out. You don't want to sit too far away, otherwise you might fall on the floor and miss your chair. Don't do that. Alrighty. Starting with our same starting leg as last time. So I started on my right. So I start again with my right leg. Sitting back. I hope the chair's there. Is it there? It is there. I'm a little bit closer. Almost missed that. It will be funny in hindsight, not at the time. Let's go again. 2. That's it. 3. 4. 5. One more. And 6. Amazing. Stepping back, putting my foot in line with the last one because I know it's close enough to the chair. Stepping that formally standing foot forwards to become the balancing foot. We're going to go again. 6 on this side. It's 3 down, 3 to go. One more. Excellent. Down to the floor, we have our Spiderman planks. Or if you don't want to go from the floor, go from that incline that you were working with just before. Either way, it's all good. Work with wherever you are at. Stepping back. Nice big steps forward. 1, 2, 3. Just getting as far forward as you can. 2, 4. Wherever that is at. 5 and 6. You don't have to be able to step as far forward as I can. It's only as far forward as you can. Finishing off with our sit backs. 6 sit backs. Again, heels on the floor, feet flat on the floor. Whatever your preference is. Hands out in front. Squeezing your legs together, sitting back. We go 1. Assist ourselves back up to the sitting position. 2. Our legs make a really good retrieval device. This is 3. This is a halfway mark. 3. That's 4. 5. Last one. 6. That's it. That's 6. We have one more time to get through. Remembering, friends, rest as you need. So you don't have to work through these all in one go. Rest whenever you feel like you want to have a rest, for as long as you feel good about it. Take that little half step forward. Starting again on that starting leg, one foot comes forward for balance, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And then we swap sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Standing up, amazing. Coming out of the floor. Last time with our Spiderman lunges. Remember again, if you're not going to the floor, going to your bench, stepping forward as far as you can from there. It's all good. When you're ready, assume your starting position. We step forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Knees come to the floor. Spinning it over. Finishing off with our sit backs. Lucky last, and then our round is over. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, halfway. 4. Now just allowing yourself as slow as you can. Whatever that looks like for you. It's 5. Last one. And 6. Well done. That is it. One round down. We have 2 more to get through. Have a sip of water, have a breather. I'll see you back in just a moment. Here we are, friends, round number 2. This round we are starting on the floor, so if you're not down here, come meet me down here. What we're going to do is 3 exercises that we're going to work through. We're going to work through them for 3 times through. So our exercises are a push-up, we have a bench dip, so you will need your chair, the front of your couch, anything, or a coffee table, something that's a lower seat. We're going to be using in this round as well. And then we're going to be doing a chest to ground, which is a very wound down burpee variation. Yes. So let's jump straight in. We're going to start with our push-ups. Now you can use the front of your chair or couch or table or whatever as an incline here for your push-up. So don't feel like you got to go from the floor if you don't want to. And if you do want to go from the floor, feel good about going from your knees if you like. You don't have to go from your toes. All these options, friends, work with exactly where you are at, because that is all that matters. Find what position works for you. You're going to have your hands under your shoulders. I'm going to do these from my toes, but feel good about doing them from whatever feels comfortable. And we're going to go for 6 here. So the trick with the push-up is to squeeze your butt tight. It's the most important part of a push-up. It makes them easier. I'm going to go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Amazing. We've done 6 push-ups. We're going to go to our bench now for our bench dips. So we're going to sit right on the front edge here of our bench. We're going to have our hands on either side of our hips, and you're going to put your feet however far forwards feels good for you. The further your feet are away from your body, the harder these get. So if you want to start with them nice and close, feet flat on the floor, definitely do that. And just experiment. It's all okay. Experiment with exactly where you feel like they feel good for you. We're going to creep our butt right to the front of the seat, and then we're going to shift our hips off. So our butt is hovering, our hands and our feet are holding us up. From here, we're going to bend our elbows, push them backwards, lower yourself down as low as you can, press yourself back up. We're going to go for 6, so that's 4, 2 more, 5, and 6. Sitting back on our bench, finishing off with our chest to ground. So for this one, we're going to stand up. You want to make sure you're standing nice and tall here. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay yourself down on the floor onto your back. No, chest. Onto your chest, not back. Any way that you can get down. So whatever that looks like for you. You can bring your hands down, come down to your hands and knees, lay yourself out, hop back up. That's it. Any way you can make yourself down to your chest, that's exactly how you're going to do it. We're going to go for 3 here, so that's 1, 2, 1 more. 3. Standing up. We're not staying down on the floor for our last one. We have to come back to our starting position. But now we hop back down onto the floor because we're back to our push-ups. So coming over either, you can start from the bottom or the top, total preference. And again, using incline, using whatever it is that you feel good about using. You're going to set yourself up, hands under your shoulders. Really important. Hands under your shoulders. Don't go too wide here like this. Really not nice for the fronts of your shoulder joints. So hands under your shoulders. Finding that position that you like to start in, from the knees, from the toes, on a bench, whatever. We're going to go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Coming back, we have our bench dips. So again, sitting on the front edge of our bench, hands are on either side of our hips here, walking your feet forward as far as you feel good about, that is comfortable for you. Hovering your hips off the front of the chair, so your hands and feet are holding you up. I'm going to go for 6. Keeping your back as close to the front of your chair, couch, table, bench, whatever. I think that's 3. We'll make that 4. We'll go for a few more. 5. 1 more. And 6. Close enough. Finishing off with our chest to ground for 3. So we start standing up nice and tall, coming down, laying down onto your front. However you feel good about doing that. One more. Yes. One, our last round already. Oh, yes. Remembering, friends, have a breather, have a rest at any point that feels good for you here. You don't have to just work the whole way through if you don't want to. And when you're ready, finding that push-up position that feels good for you, whatever that may be. Either one that you choose is perfect. And we're going to go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice. Bench dips for 6. Yeah, 6 is a magical number today. Hands on either side of your hips, walking your feet out to that position that feels good for you. When you're ready, hips come off, hovering there, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sitting back, standing up. 3 chest to grounds to finish us off. Yes. Let's go. It's 1. 2. 1 more. 3. That is it, friends. Our second round, all done. Have a breather, have a sip of water. We have one more to go. I'll see you back. Here we are, friends, round number 3. Again, we have 3 exercises to work through for 3 times through. So we're going to start with a bench glute bridge. So you'll need either your chair, or this one might be better with like the front of a couch or the edge of your bed or something like that, because we want something that we can kind of lean our upper backs onto. Then we're going to come down to the floor for a chest tap, which is like a push-up variation, and then we're finishing off with a little bit of core work with a Russian twist. Just wait and see what the twist is in the Russian twist. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start with our glute bridges. We're going to work through a 15-second hold with these. So you want to start in front of whatever it is that you're going to be using to bridge with. So if it's the edge of your bed and your bed is not too high, you kind of want something that's not too high. So in front of a couch is always a good one. What we're going to do, sit on the floor, feet are planted and out in front of us, and we're going to just raise our hips up and just rest our shoulders here on the bench. And we're going to do a 15-second hold, making sure that we're pushing down with our heels, feeling this in our butts, feeling this in the backs of our legs. That's it. We're doing well. 2, 1, and relaxing down. Well done. Just like that. So chest taps, you can do these from an incline as well. So if you want to use the front of your couch or chair or bed or table or whatever, you can do these from an incline. You don't have to do them from the floor. You can also do them from your knees. I'm going to do them from my toes. And we're going to alternate left and right for 6. I bring my feet a bit wider here because we are going to have one hand lifting up off the floor. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Coming down. Coming over. A Russian twist. Legs extended out. Heels on the floor. You're going to sit back till you feel your stomach tighten up. Take your hands. You're going to twist at the hips. Touch the floor on one side of you. 2. It's like this. We're going to go for 10. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it. That is one round down. We have 2 to go, but if you want to have a breather, have a sip of water, totally do that, friends. When you're ready, pop back in, starting from the top, again with our glute bridge. So sitting so that your elbows can rest on the front of your chosen piece of a training implementation for today. Implement? No, implementation. Whatever, let's just keep going. Alrighty, press your feet to the floor, driving up with your heels nice and strong, and we hold. You can rest your head back if you've got space, that's okay. You don't have to worry about kind of tucking your chin forward if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can also tuck your chin down to your collarbone. And we come back down. Very good. Coming over onto our chest tap in whatever form that it looks like for you. And we're going to go for 6 alternating. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Amazing. Finishing off, Russian twist. Knees are bent, feet are out in front of us, leaning back so that we feel our stomach tighten. We go 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just like that. We have one more time to get through. So we're back at our starting point. Planting our feet, getting ourselves nice and set up. And hips come up off the floor. I do prefer to tuck my chin here when I do this, but that's totally your preference. Also, you don't have to have your arms all sprawled out wide like this. Also very much how I like to do it, but you can just have your hands here. You don't have to be all like, ta-da! So many of these movements have so much preference in them. So really work with what feels good for you. Coming over onto our chest taps in whatever position you feel good about doing this in. Stepping back. We're going for 6 alternating here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finishing off with our 10 Russian twists. 1, 2, nice and slow. 3, really turning at the hips. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done, friends. That is it. Give yourself a high five. That was a great session. You did well. Congratulations for jumping in and doing something, for moving your body just a little bit. It's not always easy, but you did it. Hope you're feeling good, a little bit used, a little bit energized, and ready for whatever comes next in your day, night, or any point where you are at. All right, friends, stay safe. I'll see you again soon.